guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing well, and I hope that you're all having a great week so far. It is Monday morning. I'm about to go into Coles and do my weekly food shop. I don't need a massive amount. We've still got quite a bit of fresh items left and cleaning items, things like that. So yeah, just a bit of a top up, but I will take you along and show you what I've bought.
Of the morning, the sun awakens and opens the world in colors. Each ray is a hug, a promise, and life dances to the sound of the winds. Beautiful life, how beautiful you are. Woven into threads of hope and stars. Every day is a gift, every day is a gift. To paint with love and laughter.
Okay guys, so I'm back from Coles now, and this all cost $285.13. As I said before, it's not a full shop. I've got a lot of fruit and veggies already and dry things and cleaning things, so this is just a top-up shop. Okay, so I'll show you what I've got. I've got a big punnet of strawberries. These are $5.50, but we are all absolutely loving strawberries at the minute. And then for a special treat, I've been melting a little bit of chocolate down and just drizzling it over the top. And yeah, it's just a lovely little nice treat and a good way to eat more fruit. Some button mushrooms, $4.50, and the same with the small bananas, $4.50. A bag of carrots, $1.50, and 2 continental cucumbers at $2.40 each. I picked up 2 Hass avocados, they're 2 for $4. Onto the meat, we've got a pack of the English ham. I always use these for sandwiches, toasties, and it seems to last a little while, and I like that they come in the little individual packs. This is $6.75. I picked up some of the meatballs. We'll have this for a meal this week, and they are only $8, and they're just a really easy, simple, quick meal. The mince is $9, and we'll have this as a meal this week, either spaghetti bolognese or tacos. The chicken, I feel like this is so much more expensive than in Brisbane. I can't remember what it was per kilo, but this is $11 per kilo, so this was $19.38. So it does feel like it's more expensive than Brisbane, but again, it depends on areas that you live in. Okay, so 2 milks. I got 1 light milk and 1 full cream. These are $3 each. I picked up a pack of the Western Star. This was on offer. It's usually a bit more expensive than it was. It was $6. A little pack of the squeezy sour cream. I only ever get this little pack now. It's only $2.20, I think. But nobody else in the house really likes sour cream apart from me, and I just find this one to be so much more convenient. I was pleased to see they had a lot more eggs in today, and so I ended up getting this range. I've never picked these before. They're $9.60 for a dozen. I got my standard yogurts. I've got the strawberry and the vanilla. My boys both really like taking these to school, and they always seem to be on a good deal. They're $3.75 each. And then 2 lots of the creme caramels. They were on offer, 2 for $6. I picked up some jumbo sausage rolls. I've just been baking these as a little treat after school or putting them in lunch boxes. They were on a deal, I think, for $7. Some standard garlic bread will have this with the meatballs or the spaghetti bolognese. Pork gyozas. I know they're frozen, but these ones are so nice, and we love having these as a treat on a Friday night. They were on offer. They were like $12 for a whole bag. I'm not sure how many you get in here, but it is 750 grams, and there's probably a good 30 at least in there. A standard pack of battered chips and some baby peas. And just a few dry items for the cupboard. I had run out of tomato ketchup, so I picked up this big one. It was $6.60, but it's a better deal than buying the little one. This is the barbecue sauce that my son likes, and this was only $2.80. A little pack of the long grain rice, some of the panko breadcrumbs. I always use these for my breaded chicken. Although in the fridge I have got some fish that I want to do some breaded fish for, so I'm going to use those. This was on offer. It was only $2 a pack. Thought I'd try that. I picked up some split lentils for my soup that I like to make. A packet of the bolognese sauce. I'll just put that with the mince or the meatballs. And then some tandoori paste. I've seen a really nice recipe where they get some pita breads, spread this on, and then add cheese and put them in the air fryer. So I thought I might try that this week. I've picked up a pack of the popcorn and a pack of the potato sticks. These were on a deal 2 for $7, which is really good. Some soft white rolls. These were $3 for 6, and these are just nice and soft. Good for sandwiches. I picked up a pack of the pie clits. Just like to do these as a little treat every now and again. The wagon wheels were on offer, I think for $2.75 each, so I got 2 packs of those. And a pack of the croissants. These are $2.95. I picked up 2 of the standard packs of Red Bull. I always get these when they're on offer, and these were down to $6.25 each, I think, this week. These chocolate dips, my boys really like these out of the international aisle. They're only $2.20 each. A pack of Jaffa cakes, just to have in the cupboard. They're so nice. They are about $4 though. Some chocolate chip bacon chips. I've been melting these down and putting them on the strawberries, so I needed some of those. And then just some Mr. Beast Feastables as a little treat for my boys. A standard pack of hand towels. I think this was $3 for 3. I've got a 16 pack of toilet roll, which was $14. I actually thought it was cheaper than that, but never mind. Some washing comfort. This was on a special for $5.50. I picked up a new toothbrush. This was on a half price deal. It should have been $30 and it was down to $15. I thought I'd try some of this. It is Root Touch Up colour. So I'll see how this goes because the greys are coming through thick and fast. Some doggy treats. A little deodorant. This was on offer for $3.25. I saw these and just thought, that's a good thing to have in the kitchen. They're only $4. And then I just, with my points, I had 60 points. And so I was able to get 2 of these Curtis, I think they're Curtis Stone glass containers. I got 2 of the little ones and they are handy. Although you do need to buy the little pump thing that makes them vacuum sealed. These ones looked pretty good. So I thought I'd try those, as that would be good when you're washing your strawberries and then you want them to sit in a nice glass container. So yeah, that's everything. So all of this, as I said, was $285.13. Okay guys, so I'm going to do a little bit of baking this afternoon. I have found these in my pantry. I know they're not really baking, they're just boxed cakes, but if I'm honest, if I tried to make a brownie from scratch, it always goes wrong. So this is just the easy way out, I know, but it is going to help me for school lunch boxes. I'll freeze it all and they need using up. So I'm going to make those. I've got a chocolate cake and a brownie mix. I'm thinking I might make chocolate cupcakes with those. I've got heaps of puff pastry left over and my boys really like Nutella scrolls. So I might make some of those for the freezer. And then I've got a heap of bananas and chocolate chips. So I'm going to attempt to make a banana bread. I need to find a really easy recipe for this because whenever I try to make a banana bread, it either turns out too dry or too moist. So I'll have a look for one of those and yeah. Right, so I've got my mixes. I've got everything ready just for ease. I'm going to do them together. I've already got my oven preheating to 180 degrees. And so yeah, they're dead easy, these are. I'm going to do the brownie in this bowl and the chocolate cupcakes. So let's go to it. You can do the brownie first because this is really easy. It literally says you need 2 eggs and 4 tablespoons of sugar, which I've done, about 80 grams. Brownie mix going in. These mixes are just so easy, aren't they? And you can add things, you know, nuts, other chocolate chips, anything you want to them really. And this one, they're like $2. Yeah, and they just always turn out. When I try to do it myself, it never works. 2 eggs going in and 4 tablespoons of butter melted. And that's literally it. It says mix with a wooden spoon. Okay, and literally I've just mixed it with a wooden spoon and that took like not even 5 minutes. I mean, it's just so easy. So easy. This one is my son's absolute favorite as well. Even a shop bought brownie we haven't found to be as nice. So I'm going to plan to make these. Usually I would make them in a square tin, but I thought I would make them in this lift out one because, well, I don't know, something different. So we'll see how that turns out. And put all of this in here. And then this one goes in the oven on 180 for 30 minutes, although brownies, I always take them out way before. So they're a little bit more gooey inside. So that's the first one done. Next one, this, as I said before, is a chocolate cake. Again, it was only like $2 and you get everything, you even get the icing in here. So I'm gonna try and make cupcakes from it. I think I've made a cupcake mix from this before and they turned out fine. Although, I had to scrap the cupcake idea because I don't have cupcake cases, and usually if I make one of these packs, they come with cupcake cases. I just wasn't realizing that it was actually a cake. So that's okay, we're gonna make it in this little bowl now. Hopefully it rises, because again, when I try to make a cake, they never ever rise. Okay, we need 2 eggs, 2/3 of a cup or 150 mils of milk, and 3 tablespoons of soft butter, or 60 grams. I'm such a throw it in baker, I never really take my time. Probably why nothing turns out. There we go. Baking time is 40 to 45 minutes, and again on 180. Actually, it's gone like mousse. Right, so I'm going to put this one in the oven and then I'll be back. And the next thing I'm going to make are these Nutella scrolls. They're so easy. I just buy the puff pastry from Coles or Woolies. This was about $6 for 6 pieces, and Nutella. And then you can add anything else that you want to it really. If you want to put nuts, if you want to put chocolate chips, if you want to put even marshmallows or things like that, I would try. But my boys are fussy and they just like the plain Nutella ones, and I will make I'll probably get like 10 each out of these. So that's 40 scrolls, and I will freeze a lot of them. And then I just defrost them. They defrost really easy, and put them in their lunch boxes. And then you've got snacks for quite a few weeks. With scrolls, you can literally make any combination you like. I'd like to try like peanut butter on these. So I bet that would be really nice. I've tried a few with jam and honey, and they're okay. Cheese is absolutely amazing. Vegemite on it too, and then also any kind of pizza scroll, so a tomato-based sauce or barbecue, and then any kind of topping. I always do like some ham, or trying to get some veggies in there somewhere, even if it's some grated carrot. Roll it up, cut it into rounds, put it in the oven. They take about 20 minutes, and they are always, always, always a treat. And now I'm going to add a couple of chocolate chips to each one, not much. And literally just on the paper, just bring the edge up, and then use the paper to help you roll it. Into 5, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on your baking sheet, you can put them quite close together. They don't spread that much. And then I'm going to place them in the oven. I think the brownie is just finished, so I will take that out, put this in, and they usually take about 15 minutes, no longer than that. Right, on to banana bread. Okay, I think I found a pretty good recipe. I'll put the link in the description. So I've got 3, it says medium-sized bananas. These ones, 2 of them were completely gone, and then 1 of them was fresh. I've got 1/3 cup of melted butter. It says to add that to it. A teaspoon of vanilla. About that. Does say, I've got baking powder. It does say not to use this. It says baking soda, which I think is bicarb of soda. I thought it was the same thing, so I'm using it anyway. Half a teaspoon of that, and then it says a pinch of salt, so I'll do that. 1 egg. Okay, it's looking promising. And then it says fold in the flour. So in here I've got self-raising flour. It says all-purpose flour. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to use self-raising. So I've got 1.5 cups. Oh, also sugar. Okay, I'm missing the sugar. So it said 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm not going to put that. I'm going to put like about 1/2 cup in. I think that's more than enough. Because also I'm going to add some chocolate chips to this one as well. Okay, so now it just says mix it in. It's looking good actually, and this was a pretty easy recipe. In here, I've just got some strawberries soaking. I've just got a little bit of bicarb of soda in with the water, and that just makes sure that there's no bugs on them, and then you give them a good rinse. And then I'm going to put some chocolate on them.